us, just joining us online, and our esteemed members in diaspora, our school principals, current students, and friends of Esosa here present. I give glory to Almighty God for counting us among the living in His infinite mercy, making it possible to gather here today. As I welcome all of us here and those joining us online on this AGM, I acknowledge and appreciate the contribution of all our past leaders and members living and those who have joined the world beyond. Today's meeting marks the end of the first year and the commencement of the second year in the 3 years tenure of the current social leadership. To God be the glory. At the inception of the current ESCO, precisely on January 20th, 2024, in this hall, I gave an overview of the continued restoration agenda of our collective pursuit to move our alma mater forward and association forward. Specifically, a synergy and collaboration with the school management, the elders, set, and individuals to improve on the existing structures, their maintenance, and construction of new ones. We also promise to identify with and ensure an increased participation of members from the diaspora. I am happy to say that lots of success has been recorded in these areas in the last 1 year. We've witnessed some dividends and gains of being a flagship school. The second batch of fresh intakes were admitted into JSS1 in September last year. We are beginning to enjoy a controlled and manageable students population in the junior school. Incidents of students' legalism and misconduct are being stemmed to the BRS minimum in the school generally. Our hostel initiative is also being sustained with steady growth, thanks to the various intervention and support from set and concerned individuals. The year 2024 also witnessed a construction of a few projects and renovations that have greatly impacted positively on our school and the students in particular. The new leadership in the two schools within a very short time of their coming have hit the ground running, thus justifying the merit and the confidence reposed in them. Hopefully, they will not rest on their hearts. As I round up, please permit me once again to register our sincere gratitude and appreciation to the leadership and members of SET and individuals who have made tremendous strides and deliberate efforts to execute key projects, renovations, maintenance, and support, both physical and non-physical. We hold your dedication and service in high esteem. Once again, I welcome you all, and I wish all of us a rewarding engagement in this meeting. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the Secretariat, we'd like to tender our contrite apology. We have some circumstances that were beyond our control. For the minutes to be an abridged one. Looking through it, we were faced with some challenges, so that is why we are presenting an abridged minutes. So we do hope our apology will be taken. So I read minutes of the 2023 annual general meeting of Egba Comprehensive High School Old Students Association held on the 28th January 2023 at the school hall. Opening. Prayer was offered by Venerable Buddha of Afungwa by 11:50 a.m. Recitation of anthems. The National Secretary led the recitation. On the attendance, the attendance should be 2, the physical ones and the virtual ones. Part of the challenges that we had, we could not lay our hands on the physical attendance, but we have the online ones. We could retrieve that from the cloud. So we are only able to provide the online attendees, and the names are as presented. The welcome address. The national president gave a brief welcome address in which members were appreciated for the wonderful support the administration has been enjoying. Reading and adoption of the minutes of the 2022 AGM. The National Secretary read the minutes, comments were received, and thereafter the minute was adopted. Dissolution of the executive. The motion to dissolve the ESCO was moved and subsequently adopted. Election of the new national ESCO. This session was chaired by Chief Taiwo Shobande, while the electoral committee was headed by Dr. Sunday Oke. Declaration of results. The chairman of the electoral committee read out the result to members, and he declared the following as winners. Mr. Olufemi Adegoyega Kokola as the national president, Mr. Akim Ekundayo as the national vice president, Dr. Nuruddin Olanrewaju Sonyaolu as the general secretary, Mr. John Olasheni Adekule as the assistant national secretary, Mr. Idowu Opaleye as the national treasurer, Mrs. Mulikat Daudu Adejumo as the financial secretary, Mr. Olaleko Anthony Ewusho as the welfare secretary, Mrs. Fumilayo Olubunmi Shokunbi as the social secretary, and Mr. Waheed Ogunjobi as the national publicity secretary. The swearing in of new national executive. This program was coordinated by Barrister Olatoye Olufumi, the national legal advisor. Presidential acceptance speech. The newly elected national president, Chief Olufemi Adegoyega Kokola, gave his acceptance speech. In his speech, he appointed Dr. Lukman Adedoyin Adebayo as the special advisor to the office of the national president, and he reappointed Barrister Olufumi Olatoye and Dr. Olalekon Akinriola as the legal advisor and the national auditor, respectively. The adjournment, Chief Oteshile moved the motion, and Pastor Idowu Opaleye seconded the motion. The prayer was offered by Engineer Abubakar Abari by 3:46 p.m. Signed. Thank you, sir. He's a man of high integrity, so I want to openly appreciate him. And what I enjoy most working with him is that he's a beautiful writer. My national president writes and speaks well, so I want to appreciate him for this, sir. So thank you, sir. Now I read the report of the activities of the National Executive of Egba Comprehensive High School Host Students Association, presented at the 2024 Annual General Meeting held on 18th January 2025 at the school premises. So the report is divided into two parts. So part A is on the school matters. So 1.0, retirements and replacement of principals. Page 29. So we can see, I'm reading from page 29. So we can check both the hard copies and the soft copy online. Page 29. page 29, towards the second to the last paragraph. Page 29. Okay. The retirement and replacement of principals. The National Executive was present at the retirement programs of the school principals, Mrs. Khadijat Abiodun Lashabi for the junior school on Wednesday, 24th April 2024, and Mr. Sadiku Jubril Adetokunbo for the senior school on September 14, 2024. The National Executive presented plaques for the retirees. The two retired principals were replaced by Mrs. Olubimpe Olasumbo Akindele, Esosa 1986 set, and Mr. Olujimi Akinloton, a non-Esosa member, for the junior and secondary sections of the school, respectively. Mr. Akinloton is a non-O student, but was picked on merit based on his commendable track records and antecedents at his former school. We hope the two principals will justify the trust and confidence reposed on them. Roman figure 2, scholarship scheme. Special appreciation to Elder Okudero, the CEO of Primus Limited, on the payment of WAEC fees in honor of the late National President, Engineer Larry Bisiriyu. 4 students benefited from the scholarship scheme in 2024. Arrangement is also ongoing to select another set of beneficiaries in the senior school by a member of the Lotus 79 set in diaspora as at the time of filing this report. Roman figure 3. Cash gift to some ECHS students. Esosa National made a cash donation of 25,000 naira each, presented to 2 sets of students that made the school proud at the recent Lishabi football competition in Egba block and Future Innovation Science Exhibition Program organized by the Ogun State government in conjunction with Nigeria Communication Council. Roman figure 4, entrance examination. Screening test for the fresh intakes into JSS1 for the 2024-25 academic session was conducted in the school on Saturday, 3rd August 2024. Roman figure 5, prize giving day. On the occasion of the 2023-2024 valedictory services of the school held on 22/7/2024 for the junior school and 24/7/2024 for the senior school. Students with outstanding performance were presented with gifts. The prizes donated and the donors were 1. Esosa National. Prizes for the best male and female teachers from both schools. 2. Mr. Kushimo for mathematics for students running from GSS 1 to GSS 3. Number 3, Mr. Femi Kukola, the national president. He honored students with the best performance in literature in English from SS1 to SS3. Number 4, Dr. Nuruddin Sonyari, the national secretary. He presented a gift for basic science student, the best student in basic science, GSS 1. Number 5, Esosa 2000 Millennium Set. That is the Assistant National Secretary set. The set provided gifts for the best student in mathematics and English from GSS 1 to GSS 3. They also provided gifts for the same set of students for the same subjects, SS1 to SS3. Best male and female staff in both junior and senior school were equally awarded with gifts. The donation by Esosa leadership to 2 members of staff each were meant to motivate and encourage our school staff in their duties with a promise to sustain the initiative. Roman figure 6, hostel restoration project. The general price increase in the country made it difficult to use the available statutory paid to adequately cater for our borders. The ESCO had no choice than to once again solicit for support from our untiring benefactors. This deliberate attempt to rescue our body from being killed at infancy paid off with the tremendous responses from our several benefactors who sent in their contribution in cash and kind, which eventually bailed us out of the situation for us to survive till the end of the academic session. Our profound appreciation goes to the following individuals, groups, and sets for their huge contribution in the last 1 year. Our first year in recent restoration of our boarding facilities. The benefactors were 1. Anonymous donation of 200,000 from a member of the 1982 set. 2. Mr. Adamson Ahmed, the chairman of Arise 81, donated 20,000 naira. 3. The amicable, the 1985 set, they donated foodstuff. Mr. Femi Akilamu, a member of the Arise 81. A member of the Arise 81. A member of the Arise 81 donated Mr. Femi Akilamu, a member of the Arise 81, donated foodstuff. Number 5, the national president, the vice president, and treasurer, they donated various food items. Number 6, Elder Bajulaye and Mrs. Adekule of 1971 cents donated food items. Mr. Tomisi, the housemaster, donated 10,000 naira. All the items stated above were received by the school hostel committee and money paid into hostel account. While appreciating our sponsors for their magnanimous gestures, we hope and pray the parents who will sustain the payment of their children hostel accommodation in the days ahead. As at the end of the first term of the current academic year, 19 students were in the hostel. Roman figure 7, appreciation to the hostel sponsors. First term, 1980 set, 6 students were sponsored. Mrs. Adeneye, the former financial secretary and a member of the 1979 set, sponsored 1 student. Mr. Femi Akilaun, a member of the 1981 set, sponsored 3 students. And engineer Anu Obadima, a member of the 1995 set, sponsored 1 student. In the second term, Arise 81 set sponsored 2 students. The UGJ Foundation, driven by Mr. John Akintola of 81 set, but sponsored 10 students. ECHS Muslim Community sponsored 1 student. Mr. Obadino of 1995 set, but sponsored 3 students in the hostel. In addition, 10 students were sponsored by their parents resident in Abeokuta, and this is a good omen. Appreciation to Esosa members who have been coming to the hostel to teach the students. Mr. Adekule, the Assistant National Secretary, is seated to my left. He has been teaching the students. Dr. Sonyalu, the National Secretary, he has been teaching. Mr. Akonwo, a member of the 2012 too, he has been teaching the hostel students. So that is all on the school matters. So let's go to Esosa matter. Number 1, school properties. There is an ongoing plan by the executive to revisit the matters on the recovery of the shopping complex along Abiola Way belonging to the school under certain circumstances and have been taken over by an individual. Roman figure 2. The school business interests and properties on Abiola Way. The National ESCO had communicated the agent in charge of the school properties, and starting from September 2024, correspondence would henceforth be between the agent and ESOSA as against the school authorities. Roman figure 3, review of the Constitution. The approval to begin review process of our Constitution by the General Meeting has been granted and committee constituted. The headship of the review committee would be under Mr. Ekundayo Akin, the National Vice President, with the National Legal Advisor as the consultant. Other members of the committee were Dr. Dr. Adebayo Lukman, of the 1997 set, Mr. Adekunle John of 2000 set, Chief Akin Okudero of the 1977 set, and Barrister Mrs. Abimbola Oloyede, also of the 1997 set. We solemnly appeal to members to respond when call for review is thrown open. Roman figure 4. Going forward in the year 2025. The National Executive is proposing putting together a national reunion and full renovation of the alumni building, which would serve to commemorate the national reunion to hold around October to December 2025. The two activities call for total support, collaboration, and involvement of all sets and individuals to achieve its desired results. Roman figure 5, renovation of the school frontage. It was generally agreed that all sets must contribute in the proposed renovation of the school frontage, as the project is gigantic and we must get it well this time around. The project committee has been saddled with the responsibility of coming up with a befitting model for the school frontage in which all ESOSA sets must contribute in the renovation process. Roman figure 6, congratulatory visit to the newly appointed rector of Mapoli. On Tuesday, 17th December 2024, ESOSA representative paid a congratulatory visit to the new rector of Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, who is an alumnus of UCHS, the person of architect Dr. Koyejo Babatunde Jola Osho. Is a member of the Arise 81 set. The delegation was led by the National President, Chief Femi Kukola, and accompanied with Elder Venerable Dayo Fafuwa of the 1974 set, a member of the BOT, and a retired former principal. Elder Solanke of the 1972 set was also part of the team. Mrs. Yomi Adene, a member of the 1979 set, was part of the team. She is equally a retired principal and the former financial secretary of the association. Mrs. Akibili, the
I was shocked. And I called the timekeeper. Come, when was this thing done? He said, just yesterday. Yesterday? Who? He said, principal. I didn't forget it. So the following day when I came yesterday, principal, I saw this. Only at the teaching Kakara, where we shared breakfast, I won't find tune. So I want to say thank you, principal. May God continue to replenish your strength, to strengthen you. Thank you. So we go to the next item. I think that is enough. That is all. That is all. Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Spelling mistakes that are in those reports that you have given. When are we going to correct them? Because this report is likely to go out, and it's a reflection of the level of our intellectual attainment. If this goes out with these mistakes, I don't know when we are going to to correct. I have noted some of the mistakes. I don't know when we are going to correct. That's my question.
Minutes of that was read. Do we have comments on the minutes? Comment, observation?
Those who have given this report, beginning with the chairman, and it will be typographical error on page 3. Page 3. Page 3, that should be paragraph 4, at the inception of the current expo, precisely on January 20th, 2024, in this hall, I gave an overview of the continued restoration agenda of our collective pursuit to move our alma mater. Alma mater is Alma, then M-A-T-E-R, not M-A-T-A. The same mistake on page 32, twice. Page 32, twice. So that is the last line before the signatures. Exosas National will continue to synergize, collaborate, and interact with sets, individuals, and the school management in our collective desire to restore the old glory of our alma mater. Apart from that, on page 31, that should be 4. The last line in paragraph 4, the last line. We solemnly appeal to members to respond when called, called for review. Okay, when called for review is thrown open, not open. Open, not opened. Thank you.
Please, I will like the secretary, a lawyer or secretary. Please, some names are omitted, including my own, because I was at the last meeting. Please, whatever you're doing the correction, try to make that be.
I think all this correction and all these things supposed to come in when we are in OBG. Is it my age? When we are in general OBG.
Observation is on page 3. Please, sir, your name and set, sir. Your name and set.
It's fine, look at me. 1994 set. The one that we hold the welcome address from the Social National President. The date there supposed to be today is January 18, 2025. So we wrote 24 there. Then on page 4 also, the minutes of the 2020 General Annual Meeting was held on 20 January 2024, not 23.
Kushimo. 75. Femi Kushimo is my name. 75 cents. On page 30, you have a report on Prize Giving Day. Item 2 there. Mr. Kushimo. My name is not spelled with S-H. It is K-U-S-I-M-O.
Typical Yoruba man. God bless you, sir.
K-U-S-I-M-O. That's number 1. Number 2, I sponsored 2 subjects, both in the junior school and senior school. In the senior school, best student in mathematics in SS2 is given an award, a prize money. And best students in English in SS2 is also given a prize money. Then in AS Junior School, best student in mathematics is given a prize money, and best student in English is given a prize money. So that should be corrected, please. Not only in mathematics, and not only in junior school, both junior and senior school, and both English and mathematics.
We appreciate you. As a media man, you can't close over such things. Having done that, sir, can I call for motion for adoption of the minute? Sheye Adeboye, 51 set. Honorable, sorry. And seconded by Mr. Templino. I want to call you Shiv or something like that. Okay. So the meeting, and the minutes of the meeting stand adopted. Next on the agenda, that's a business of the day.
And the Secretary of Project Committee. I want to stand in for the Chairman of Project Committee, Architect Dr. Batunde Adekoyo Jonosho, who is unavoidably absent. He asked me to greet the members of the AGM. I was asked to read the report to the General Assembly so that we all know what we are facing at the committee level. Thank you so much. During the period under review, the following are the highlights of the record of activities that came to our office as the project committee and the project initiative towards the improvement of our alma mater are sponsored and implemented to be monitored by set and individual of the project committee respectively. And these are stated below. Number one, preparation and the production of architectural design proposals and presentation drawings for the proposed alumni hall, comprising of 1,000 seater capacity with the affordable partition to facilitate the subdivisional usage of spaces, storage and conveniences, which was done and delivered from the office of the Jola Show and Associates. These are pro bono as part of the corporate social responsibility by the National Project Committee Chairman to the Office of the National President of EXOSA. In line with the given briefs, it is now awaiting financial backing of the old student body for further processing and execution. Number two, preparation and the production of the entire school layout, which was prepared by Esther Sovio Amfalua Akinwale Ojo. This is the vice chairman of the committee, and this was done as pro bono as well. It is on this report that the committee received the list of the projects requiring our intervention in one form or the other. Those projects are construction of modern gates with a befitting signpost. This design proposal is ongoing and it will be delivered in due course. The facelift of the principal office block. Number three, the rehabilitation of a block of 3 classrooms to be sponsored and donated, to be sponsored and commissioned by our club, Egba Legend Lions Club, by the second quarter of this year 2025. And this club is the club of the secretary of the project committee. By God's grace, so that a block of 3 classrooms, where the Egba Legend Lions Club is sponsoring that club as the signature project for 2024-2025 Lions year, and that block is the long one at the back of this building. And by God's grace, we'll start the rehabilitation due course, and we will be presenting it to the school for commissioning by the second quarter of this year by God's grace. And the number 4 is provision and installation of sustainable and energy efficient power supply with a CCTV camera to the hostel facility and the entire block. Number 5, provision of the student classroom furniture. Number 6, construction of additional new blocks of classroom. Number 7, completion of and rehabilitation of the school main storage building. Number 8, procurement, supply and installation of science laboratory equipment and furniture. Number 9, provision of computer equipment for the ICT related vocation and training to include about 40 numbers of PC systems with the complementary peripherals such as the internet, UPS, software packages, printer, scanner, and so on and so forth. Number 10 is the beautification and general illumination and maintenance of the entire school premises. Number 11 is the renovation and furnishing of the staff rooms. Number 12 is provision of the school bus. Number 13 is full renovation of the building marked to serve as the alumni building. This is long overdue.
Well, there's little we can do about it. Most of the individuals are set. Whenever they want to execute projects, commission project or execute project, they do it in their own way. Whereas we have standard practices of practice. Example, our school color is green and white. Some projects will be done painted in colors that are not compliant with our school color. Pink, red, all those things. So we do tell them that I want to do new what's very known here. And we do tell them some of them will not agree with us, especially when those who are seniors. That they confront senior, then it's still senior forever. We have some projects that has not followed those guidelines. We also
seniors, mates, and juniors. My own name is Rotimi A. Olaway of 1997 set chairman, but I'm not standing on behalf of my set now. During the report of the project committee, and on your reaction, which I quite agree upon, that is to have a template in our design for the school. But now, when an organization or NGO is coming, in which they have their own color or trademark that they wanted to exhibit, can we allow them? Where am I driving to? He said Lions Club and Club. He happens to be my president and I happens to be the project director. So Lions Club, we have our own color. Can we be allowed to make use of our color? And our color, if you go to General Hospital, Children's Ward, that is our project for last year. So we have our color, which is always blue and yellow. And we will love to exhibit it here as well. So we just appeal for your approval. Thank you, sir.
Nine different colors to fly. But I also know that Lions Club, which is the other Black Club, we can put your, I'm not answering your question, you can put your colors by billboard against the project that you initiated. So that it's not that you are going to have different colors flying around that time. When I came in, I went around the campus, and I don't like the colors that we are seeing. So we will want to maintain our colors. Short of the fact that we don't have colors, we have just turned around the colors that have been put there now. But going on from here, I would like to advise that the principals particularly, because an abade can just come into the campus and say, I want to donate, I want to develop this classroom. The principals should have the list of the projects that is concerning them. They are the one that is in front end of the school activities, where they need more needs. And then tell Mr. Abare or Mr. Alabi to say, this is the next project we would like to address. Rather than Mr. Abare coming up to say, I want to do this, I want to do that. Two, there are some of us who want to do something, but our set cannot finance it. There are some of the old buildings, our hostel A, hostel B, that is so massive. Why can't we have 2 sets or 2 branches or 2 clubs? merging together like you are suggesting for the gatehouse now. So that at the end of the day, we are going to have a plaque there to say this project was financed by A, B, C, D sets. So that way we will have some decorum in the project implementation. I wanted to ask what is this block of building that is going on there. The principal has just stepped out to, but the people that will drive the project implementation and coordination for the project committee to be active very well is for the principals to make sure we have a list of projects that are very close to their mind, to their hearts, and want us to address. And so when I come in with a different idea, we should be able to discuss whether we can take on the other projects. But for the colors, let us make sure that we go back and maintain our green and white colors in all our buildings. Thank you.
I want to call our attention to the fact that Egba High School as a school is a little bit limited. Limited if you compare us with schools like EBHS, like Abeokuta Grammar School, like ADGS. These are schools like African Church Grammar School. These are schools that have been in existence for quite a while. In fact, I think we are older than African Church Grammar School because they are celebrating their 7th year this year. They are celebrating their 7th year. So the point I'm making is that in these schools, you have a group of old students who have attracted projects from far and near by virtue of the fact that they were all students of that school. People like Obasanjo, for instance. If you go to BBHS, you will find this national telecommunications something there. Their logo is beside their projects. If you go to BBHS, Abeokuta Grammar School, you will find things like that. People like Baba Alake, who was a student there, by virtue of his position had, attracted attention, encouraging his friends, both locally and in the diaspora, to contribute. And some of these contributors are agents, are groups who have put their logo. I don't say anything wrong in agencies coming in to do what individuals like us cannot do and putting their project there, their color there. There's nothing wrong. It is that project that you have made. You don't use your colors around the school. Everybody knows the color of the school. So if you have giving us a hall, nothing stops you from putting your color on that, the name of your agency in your color on that project. But I'm coming inside. But in terms of the color they will paint the hall, for instance, the school principal can insist that, look, we want the school color. The school has its own color, but we allow you to put your logo.
He used to have a sketch, like a cartoon all the time. And when he was leaving, I went to him and I want to carry on. He gave me the go ahead that I could, while I could follow up with the jokes, I couldn't make up with the sketches. So I bow to you, Martin. I think there is information gap. And the way to fill it is probably to have every set has a project coordinator. Because what is going on is probably most of these people do not know that the school had a color. So I will appeal that we have a point of contact from all sets. I don't know whichever you want to do it, whether you want to expand the project committee or you just have a point of. We cannot have all different colors flying everywhere. We have to have a uniform color, and like two people have already said. It can have their logo, it can have their banner, but we have to maintain our color. And I'm sure Senior Abari will know that Egba School was not always have green and white. You know, we probably, for example, this building used to be blue and white. And our school van used to be blue and white. And when I came to school, we were kind of wearing coffee color. Our seniors, they were wearing coffee color. But anyway, as it is now, we have adopted the green and white, and we stay with it. Thank you.
As much as I would appreciate us having a color, green and white, that notwithstanding, I wouldn't want us to be rigid on it. I wouldn't want us to be rigid on it because a brand, just like you mentioned, somebody mentioned a club. A club might say, okay, I want to do this. And what I'm doing is selling myself to, or selling our product to, in your school. Now, if we are rigid on that, they might end up going to another school, and before you know it, they start telling themselves, don't go to a guy's school. They will not allow you to use your color. Don't go to a guy's school. They will not allow you to do it your own way. Yes, we can talk to them. This is our color. But when they insist, some people might, some companies, some individuals, might want to like, okay, fine, if this is your color, I'll use your color, I'll use my logo to, that kind of a thing. If they agree with us, no problem. But if they refuse to use our color, I think we shouldn't be rigid so that we won't lose or miss some privileges and opportunities. Thank you.
81 cents. I will not repeat what has been said earlier by the early speakers, but I'm not doubting the competency of the project committee since it's being led by architect Koijo Jolosho, 81 cents. I believe they are up to the task. But in as much we want a standard, and we believe in standard, what I also should have done is that for every set there is a project coordinator. They ought to have, somebody has mentioned it, that they ought to have carried them along. 1, 2, they should prepare a sort of document, a sort of paper that can be a guideline given to all states, so that if anybody should go beyond that means it's an intentional. We are limiting ourselves to color. Color is not the only thing that entails in a project. It involves a lot of things. Standard, something that can stand the test of time. So the project committee, I believe in their competence, is being led by 81 cents. I want to repeat that. Thank you.